Should I wait for a housing market crash to buy a home? This is the question. There's a lot of buzz out there as to whether or not there will be a market crash. Are you waiting to buy a home until the market crashes? Are you thinking of selling your home, but then you intend to buy a home and you're going to wait until the market crashes? If either of those things are speaking to you, then I have some thoughts you might want to consider. But before we get into it, please subscribe to this channel for all of your home finance tips that you're going to need to know. Okay, so here's the deal. The truth is, no one really knows if there's going to be a housing market crash. No one has a crystal ball. However, there are some things we can look at that will help determine the strength of the market and point to whether or not now's a good time to buy. The first thing to consider that today, the strength of the buyer pool is very, very vast and strong. So the millennial buyers are out there, they are working, they are getting married, they are having children. So the demand, simply just because of the number of buyers that are in the market, because of the population and the age of buyers today, is very different than it was in 2008 to 2010. So one, the buyer pool today is stronger and there are more people wanting to purchase. Secondly, lenders and the pre-qualification and the home lending guidelines, night and day. I mean, I have been lending for 25 years, so I was around back then and still around today. So 2008, 2010, even prior to that, 2003, 4, 5, 6, 7, the qualifications to obtain home financing were far different than they are today. So today, the federal lending guidelines require much more documentation, and the guidelines just require more skin in the game. So it is a different approach from a lending standpoint. And then third, today there is more equity in home ownership than there was back in 2008 or 2010. So today people we see putting large monies percentage down. We see a lot of people that have paid off their house. So having an equity position helps to really ward off a market crash, because people are less likely to walk away from their homes if they have equity in them. So when we add up all of those three things, it is just a different environment. Now, I really think that some of this that's starting to stem from the mindset of, oh, I think that the houses are appreciating so fast, so I'm just going to wait until the market crashes. On some level, that's really just people telling themselves what they want to hear, because they think, oh, I'll just wait. But the reality is, the statistics, the information, and really what we know today is far different, and it is not indicative of a real estate market crash. Now, will real estate start to slow down and not appreciate as quickly as it is today? Yeah, you bet. Absolutely it will, right? Without a doubt. I can confidently say that. However, that's far different than a real estate market crash. You might be saying, Kelly, what about this crazy market where people are actually paying more than the list price? What do we do with that? Well, I would tell you that a lot of the reason why people are paying over the list price is because they value that house for that price. So I would really just caution you to rethink. Can you afford the house? Do you have the money to be able to pay above asking price, especially if the house doesn't appraise for that asking price? Is it a home that you're going to live in? Is it something that you are looking to flip? The answer to those questions will really help you to decide whether now is the time to buy. Because if you're purchasing this home for your family, it's going to be a long-term investment, meaning you think you're going to be in this house for at minimum 5 years, then today, if you can buy, it's the time to buy, because the likelihood is prices are going to be higher a year from now and interest rates are going to be higher a year from now. So being able to understand it and get out of the mindset of, oh, I'm just going to wait, or, oh, I can't even imagine paying more than what the house is listed for. There is so much competition out there that what really sets the valuation of a home is a willing buyer willing to pay that price. And so absolutely just kind of understand, yeah, in many markets across the country, people are paying more than the listing price of the house. Doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It all just really depends on what your goals are. And again, if this is a long-term investment, it's something to consider. Secondly, I have this conversation almost daily, and people are saying, oh, there's all these forbearances out there, and they're coming, and that's going to result in a real estate market crash. Know this time around, lenders do not want to go back down that path. So what we see now is with COVID and people losing their jobs or being furloughed and that type of thing, we see banks are willing to work with those borrowers. So they're doing payment deferrals. They are setting them up on some type of tacking the skipped payments onto the end of the loan, modifications. There's a lot of different answers today that were not around in 2008. So let's say that somebody is out of work, they're not able to get caught up on their house payment to allow for the bank to work with them or the lender to work with them on a payment deferral or a modification. Guess what? Those people have equity in their homes. So they're not in a position to need to foreclose. Worst case, they call their favorite real estate agent and list the home for sale. They walk away, the house gets paid off, they put cash in their pocket, and now they can reset once they're back to work. So what if you wait to buy and the homes increase and prices go even higher? In our market, homes have been appreciating at 12% year over year. I'd hate for you to miss this opportunity. I would encourage you, if you're thinking about buying a home or selling a home, reach out to your favorite lender, reach out to a real estate agent, get educated, get the real facts. Don't just listen to your neighbor or what you're hearing in the media, because sometimes that stuff isn't on point. If you have questions, please be sure to comment below or give us a call. If you got value out of this video, please give it a like and don't forget to subscribe.